Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's Sunday, the 14th of July, and look who we have. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. She did not want to come. She doesn't think she should have the light shined on her, and everybody knows that's not true. So anyway, yep, she's here with us. I want to go over a couple things. Um, I'm looking at what's going on in the. Hold on a minute. I have to shut. I have to shut the sound off to my YouTube. Um, all the nasty stuff we've heard, what went on yesterday with Trump being shot at and all that. Wherever you're going for, you're not. That doesn't matter. We should never solve something with a pistol or a gun or a bullet. Today, Colin sent me something, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to post it up here. And it was from Nelson Mandela, and it says, "Minds that seek revenge destroy states, while those who seek reconciliation and build nations." Nelson Mandela. After I became president, I asked my escort to go to a restaurant. I got something blocking it. For lunch. We sat down and each of us asked what we wanted. On the front table, a man was sitting to be served. When he was served, I said to one of my soldiers, "Go and ask the gentleman to join us." The soldier went and conveyed my invitation to him. The man got up, took his plate, sat down right next to me. While he ate, his hands trembled constantly, and he did not lift his head from his food. When he finished, he said goodbye without looking at me. I shook his hand, and he left. And the soldier told me that man must have been very ill, seeing as his hands didn't stop shaking while he ate. Absolutely no. The reason for his trembling is another. Then I told him. The man was the warden of the prison where I stayed. After he tortured me, I screamed and cried, asking for some water, and he came and humiliated me, laughed at me, and instead of giving me water, he urinated on my head. He is not sick. He was afraid. Now president of South Africa would send him to prison and do him what he did to me. But I am not like that. This conduct is not part of my character nor my ethics. Minds that seek revenge destroy states, and while those that seek reconciliation build nations. As I step out the door to start a new chapter in my life, I realize that in order to truly embrace my freedom, I need to let go of the anger, hatred, and reinstatement that had weighed me down. I knew that holding onto these negative emotions would only keep me imprisoned. I thought that was pretty powerful, and I don't think something worse could happen to somebody. And he learned how to forgive. So that's the best thing to do. I know after I heard it, I started to hear stories. Well, this happened because of that, and this happened because of that. Why would we go right back into that? How about if we wait? How about if we wait and see what happens? Everybody wants some kind of conspiracy. Well, you know why he's like that? He's a Martian. You know, these people, they eat babies. And I mean, it's bizarre. If we would just be kind, like we are in Onpassive, by the way, this world would be a much better place. Very simple commandment. God said, love thy neighbor. Not talking about just the guy next door. Talking about in the world. And we need to stop. Listen, I may not agree with everybody. Sometimes me and Chris don't agree. We debate about it, and then we decide, okay, that's the best way. You have to be humble enough to realize you don't know everything. Pray for wisdom so you know when to shut up. And that's how you work out things. years ago when I was younger, presidents would run. Yeah, they battled each other. And then people voted. The winner won. And everybody went around him. And they went 4 to 8 years supporting him all the way. That needs to come back. That's all. That's just my opinion. Don't get caught up in conspiracies. This happened because of this. And he was set up. He's a 20-year-old kid. Who knows why he did it? There's no excuse. But anyway, I just wanted to cover that. I'm not a news person, but I already started hearing people coming to me about they didn't do this, they did. Come on, I don't want to hear that. You got negative videos or some kind of conspiracy thing. I am the wrong person to go to. I don't entertain those things. It was bad. I don't want anything to happen to Trump. I don't agree with him. Maybe that's it. It should be a debate and we walk away. Anyway, I didn't want to ruin the show, but I know I have so many people sending me stuff for me to comment on. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't believe in it. Anyway, to get to a brighter note, Onpassive. I'm getting back into the Onpassive world where it's the world I love. A lot of cool things happen. We had Dan Street yesterday, who doesn't usually come out and talk. I loved it. Started off showing us what his front yard looks like, which made me mad. I told him I got cows in my front yard, but they got 2 legs, and I got in trouble for that too. But anyway, so it was a great show. I love working with Dan. I've known Dan 10 years. He's known Mike 50. So yeah, it was great. And like Chris said, this goes back to where having faith and trust. I never met Mike and Dan in 10 years. Never. Not in person. And we trust each other 100%, more than some families. So trust is a big deal. And Ash talked about that. And that's what we've been trying to do. But the reason, again, why we shine the light on others is because every business I've ever been in, any business Chris has been in, but I'm talking about online, there was always somebody at the top, somebody kind of second, somebody kind of third, and then all the sheep. And the sheep would come and go because they could never build a business. They were there to maintain the level of the top percent. That's not Onpassive. Everybody here, everyone, is going to win. There'll be different time frames depending on what happened or whether you want to share. You don't have to share. But I believe when success runs and smacks you in the face, you get smacked in the face with success and you're surrounded by the best products and the best people, you're going to share. And all the people that told you no, they'll be in, no doubt. The other night I was asked about trust and belief and what you see and what people don't see. And it reminded me of Fields of Dreams when he built that baseball field for those 1930 baseball players. And he's sitting on the stands with his family watching them play. And his brother-in-law walked up right through the pitch and told him, "What are you doing? You got to sell your house. You're going to lose your home. You're going bankrupt." He goes, "I'm watching the game." "What game?" And he pointed out there to show the people, and he couldn't see it. Just like the people that told you no. And Onpassive, they don't see it. It's not this vision. It's your heart. Some people don't see it. It's been that way for the history of man. Jesus walked around. I'm pretty darn sure he's a better speaker than I was. And some people believed him and followed him. And a group of people killed him. Martin Luther King, Bobby Kennedy. How far do you got to go? And there's nuts. There's people's nuts. There's some nutty kid shot it by ex-President Trump. Why? I don't know. You can disagree. You have to kill. You have to go after somebody. But the point is, Onpassive, when somebody told you no, they don't see the baseball players playing. There's nothing you can do about it. Some people see it, some don't, but they'll be in. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over. I met Minoo through Chris. He said, "There's this crazy lady." No, he didn't say that. He said, "There's this real nice lady. You got to come see her." And we were always moving around anyway. And I went, and we weren't doing trivia then. but we just had like a group there. Absolutely fell in love with her. You guys, all of you know her now. Like she didn't want to be on here, but she is very, very supportive of everyone. And she's one of those ones, I don't really have anything to say, but every time she says something, it's golden. She understands the business because she has a heart. She knows what to say. She knows who to say. She puts everybody above herself, which is the poster child of what you should be doing in Onpassive. That's what Ash does. So I'm so happy she's here. She's like a sister from another mister. Love her like family, without a doubt. I'm going to turn it over to another guy. Believe it or not, okay? I love the guy. Do I want to hurt him? I got to be honest. Sometimes I want to hurt him. But in general, that's what brothers do, though. The difference is me and him are brothers in front of everyone. We have to watch ourselves, hey, idiot, blockhead, but we don't mean anything bad, obviously. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Chris, introduce this wonderful lady.
Thank you, you big idiot. I'm just kidding. Wow. Waiting a long time for this one. There's a lot of things that I can say about this young lady. Um, she is from a very far away country where she was raised. And I didn't know that probably to about 5 or 6 months ago, where she said, "Oh, I'm from this place." I'll let her tell you. But I have a beautiful. I don't have personal sisters. I have one brother, and I got this girl as my sister, and she's been very kind and very generous, not just to me, but a lot to me. I'm not kidding. When I got hurt, she's the first one that called. She has sent me things. I tell her, stop sending me things. But she's beautiful. I love her for it. She is very soft spoken. She comes off as a nervous person, but she's not. She knows exactly what she's talking about, and she's got one of those big hearts that we love to see in founders. And she's a good example. She's a great example of what a leader should be. And we don't like calling each other leaders, but a good leader, you heard Marty said many times on Ash, a good leader is the best server in the world. And that's exactly what Minoo Miller is. I can't pronounce her real name. She's going to pronounce it for you because I get in trouble all the time for that. I've met her husband. I met Minoo uh, in person in Florida, where her little 4'2" body, I don't know how tall she is. She flew down to Florida, and we had a big luncheon, and it was a lot of fun. And jokingly, she came out of the hotel, and me and Ron were going to pick her up. And I thought maybe someone let their little kid run out of the building. It was Minoo. She's jumping up to see me in the car, and she strangled me as she got in the car, hugging me. My seatbelt wrapped around my neck. It was a lot of fun, and she's a lot of fun. And then instead of enjoying herself at the luncheon, she literally worked the room. I had a book, and every person signed it. She wasn't. I kept telling her, Minoo, sit down and eat something. Neither one of us eat. And I go, Minoo, I don't even know that she actually got to eat. But she said, Chris, I made you play. I'm okay, let me go. But that's just the kind of person she is. I met her husband. He's phenomenal. He supports her 100%. I think he gets jealous sometimes, but he loves that she's doing it. It keeps her busy. And I can go on. She's just a real sweetheart of a lady. I give her more hard times than anyone else, I think, because she's so darn nice to me. But I love her for it. And she keeps me informed on everything. If she plucked the hair out of her arm, she'd call me and tell me, Chris, I just plucked the hair out of my arm. And she's that much fun. So I'm going to introduce this beautiful young lady as Miss Minoo Miller, but I want to hear a little bit about you, where you're from, how you got into Onpassive, what you're going to get out of passive, and tell us. We really want to just know about you, Miss Minoo. Go ahead. The floor is yours, young lady.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Thank you for having me over here. My name is Akdas Solari Miller. You don't have to pronounce that. You can stick with Minoo. I'm from Iran originally. I came to United States in June of 1989. So more of my life I've been here than in Iran, and I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful. By profession, I'm a dental hygienist. I started dental profession by being a chairside assistant for 6-7 years, and I've been a hygienist for over 24 years now. So the profession over 31 years. Um, um, Together, I'm been married with my husband nearly 30 years, and he's my rock. He's my everything. He's one of the nicest people in the world that you can have as a friend, as a father, as a brother, as a husband, as a son-in-law, and so on. Together with him and my siblings, we took care of my mom and dad for several years. A few years ago, a friend introduced me to a scientific health product. And when she called me, I thought, here's another sales pitch. And I just declined listening to him nicely. And she asked if she could stay in touch with me and periodically call again and talk about this. And knowing her, how loving she was, I said, for sure. So one of these times that she followed up calling me, she explained this health product. Then I thought, I have done, at that time, had done everything I could for my mom and dad. And for my mom, with a lot of ailments of the age, I thought, I've done everything for her. Let me just try and order this product and let's see if it helps her. So I did that. And long story short, my mom saw tremendous changes, anywhere from sleeping better, managing ache and pain, and so on. So that captured my attention, and we started using the product. And I made it my mission to share this with as many people, friends and family as I could, because this is just the gift of life to help you live a little bit more at ease and comfort. So I started buying it for my family and friends and gifting them and talking to them about it. Then my friend talked to me into network marketing aspect of it. And I've never had anything like that done. Zero experience on this kind of MLM or network marketing. So when I approached it that way, I lost many friends and family went out the door first. Money was tight. Nobody wanted to commit to auto ship, as scientifically proven as this product was. And it was FDA with certificate of authentication. Even that did not, and you can find articles in WebMD about it. Even that would not be enough for people because nobody wanted to commit to subscription and auto ship. So that I fell on my face on that, and I ended up gifting willingly to people and to friends. So for about a year and a half before I get introduced to Onpassive, I quit that. During the process of studying about that product, I got to watch videos and conferences. I followed Dr. Bill Williams, which back then was a practicing dentist and would do oral surgery and implants and number of other dentists. So being in tune with my profession, I just was following their presentations. So I built this trust and respect, of course, both professionally and through this product. And so later on, I noticed on social media, Dr. Bill is posting advertisement on Onpassive, left and right, on a daily basis, many times a day sometimes. So finally, it got me curious, and I was already disappointed with network marketing and everything. I thought this is just another one. But because I was following him so closely, I replied to one of the messages and I said, what is this that you're talking about? And so he sent me some videos on Catmo and some information. So I watched the video and I studied about it. And I signed up right away, mainly because there was no network marketing or recruiting required for this. And it was only $97, like everybody else. And that was one of the most important and best decisions I've ever made in my life. So then I started participating in webinars. I watched Roblin live, I watched Marty, and I watched Chris. Chris was just the next door neighbor guy that was just talking informally, but staying focused, concentrated, and dedicated, and sharing his heart out. Crying every time Chris cries, I cry. And you can see through him. I'm sorry. You can see through him. And it was so easy to follow and learn. And so more webinars. And right now, as most of you know, I'm at a point that I cannot wait to wake up for next day, follow the next webinar, and meet at our Minoo webinar, rub elbow with my friends that are all like-minded, warm-hearted, supportive, and respectful. So thank you for all of that. I'm excited and I'm shaking. Listening to our CEO, Mr. Mufareh, makes you feel you know him forever. He speaks from heart genuinely, and he connects with heart. And he shows a lot of respect no matter who you are and what you're saying. You keep hearing these words through Onpassive: uplifting humanity, transforming life, creating opportunity for growth, leveraging advanced AI and automation, done for you, all done for you, creating a fair, equitable opportunity for everybody. OTech Pro, relentless efforts. Every turn you make, there is support, there is education, there is learning. And I'm very grateful for this. This has been a journey of growth, learning, and fulfillment. And I'm excited to be part of this incredible movement. Listening to Mufareh, you hear commitment, integrity, passion, a strong ethical foundation, resilience, strategic thinking, transparency, dedication, humility, consistency, accountability, and taking responsibility upon his own. Focus on quality. Focus on quality. Adaptability, technological expertise, which is way beyond what I can understand. Mentorship, and long-term vision and sustainability. How can you not fall for this? I'm grateful, I'm excited, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh my God. That's why we love you, Minoo. Can you come back tomorrow? I'm just kidding. Hey, Chris, one thing I want to say. Shout out to Narelle. I didn't put her to sleep, and she stayed up an extra 2 hours to see Minoo. She came because of Minoo. She said, "Oh, if she's on, I'm staying up." So
she was going to bed, and when she saw your name pop up, Minoo, she said, "I'm staying up for this one." That is the true statement that she said today. Minoo, very good. You've came out, I would say, of nowhere. You came in and you were not aggressive at all how you did it. You were very courteous how you started your shows, and you didn't want to step on anyone's toes. And if you know Minoo does not like stepping on people's toes. She just wants to blend right in with everyone, and she's blended in beautifully. Normally, Minoo always had beautiful flowers in her background. I know trivia. She dresses to match. She's always beautiful, always. But she's made a lot of friends, and she's made a lot of people happy because of her kind words and her crazy trivia show, which that just took off and running. And I haven't been on there for a couple weeks because I'm up north, spending time with my son, as most of you know, and my family. But Minoo is just before this, my son had come in, and Minoo started talking to my son about things, and he needs that because you listen to your parents all the time, you just go crazy. But tell Gene and you, I appreciate it, and my prayers are always with you too for things. You know, we all have personal things going in our lives, And there was so much I really wanted to say about yesterday, and I'll save it for another day because I just really want Minoo to be shining like she deserves to be. But a lot of times, now Minoo used to say, "Oh, if it wasn't for Chris, no, Ash noticed you." We bring things to Ash's attention sometimes, but 99% of the time, he already knows. He sees it. I know he loves you with all his heart. He talks about you all the time when we do talk to him, which is rarely because he's so busy right now. But I just know this is, I'm glad that matter of fact, I'm jealous of Dr. Bill. I wish I was able to sign you up, but actually, I think I might have. I don't know. But Dr. Bill's a lucky guy and Gene's a lucky guy. So, Minoo, thank you very much for being on here. It's our pleasure and honor, and it's about damn time. Sorry about that language.
Thank
Marty,
you.
Marty, back to you.
Yeah, once again, thank you, Minoo. It sounds like somebody's coming, so I'm going to shut this down quickly. Thank you, because it's going to get loud. I'm just telling you. But thank you, Minoo, so much for coming. Chris, thank you as always. Have a beautiful day, Minoo. Probably see you tonight on trivia.
Thank you.
Now the men are going to win. I'm coming back like that.
Thank
now.
you. Love you both.
All right,